Hi everyone, we've been missing you. Can't wait to have you back. Can't believe it's already been 3 months since we last saw each other in person, which brings us to the video you're watching now. It's intended to help you understand what next steps will look like as we begin to reopen the worship ministry of our church. On May 19th, as you're aware, the government with health authorities have allowed gatherings up to 50 people to resume. And so in the last month, that's led our church leadership, staff, elders, board to begin prayerfully discussing what next steps for College Heights Baptist Church might look like. So we're in consultation with the Prince George Ministerial, our own NAB Conference of Churches. Our area minister, Bob Cron's been great at resourcing us. All sorts of stuff online, plus what the government and health authorities are providing as well. So all of that's going to be put into the video you're watching now. We're going to show you, we'll walk you right through the church facility actually, what it'll look like for you to come and be a part of one of our worship evenings. So I do hope you'll watch the video through to the end. You can help us out too by sharing it on social media, passing it along to people that you think may not have seen it yet. I want to start with just a few things before I turn it over to the rest of our staff. First, it can't be stressed enough. We do love you. We do miss you. This video might seem a little serious, and that's just because we're trying to be precise with the information we're passing along to you. Second thing I'll mention is that we wish it was different. I'm sure you do too. I really wish I was shooting a 30-second video right now saying, good news, it's back to normal. Let's continue as we did in January. But that's not our reality, which leads me to the third thing. I just want to ask you to be gracious with one another and certainly with us as church leadership too. It's a season we're in where frustrations run high. Times are divisive. We know even in our own church family, there's going to be lots of you who will look differently on some of the topics addressed in this video. And so just be gracious, be kind, and please give us the benefit of the doubt that every decision that you see represented in this video is intended to honor God, to be respectful of the authorities over us, as well as to care for you. We really want to make sure that this is a safe place for everyone to be able to enter in the weeks and months to come. And so now I'm going to turn it over to Sean, and then I'll see you once more at the end.
Hey everyone, beginning on July 2nd, we'll be welcoming people back to the church building for the pre-recording of our worship services on Thursday evenings. We're choosing to do this instead of a Sunday morning because it'll allow for the least amount of disruption. Well, I'm sure you're excited to return to the in-person Sunday morning worship services. The reality is if we do this change for the sake of 50 people, it will really disrupt 500 to 700 who are watching the service at home. Plus, if we have any technological issues, we'll have nothing to post for that Sunday. So for those of you who are watching our worship services each week at home, everything's going to remain the same. You'll go online at any time after 10 a.m. each Sunday and join us for singing, prayer, communion, and our study through the Gospel of John. However, if you like the experience of being in person for the recording of the worship service, we'd love to have you join us on Thursday evenings at 7:30 p.m. The details for this are on the screen. So what will that experience look like? Well, from the moment you pull in the parking lot, we want to see you maintain social distancing, so approximately 6 feet or the size of a caribou. Keep in mind, what is comfortable for you may not be comfortable for everyone. And as Curtis mentioned earlier, though you might have different guidelines in your home or at your business, we have expectations that we're held accountable for and implementing here on site. So once you pull into the parking lot, please leave at least one stall between you and the vehicle next to you. And as you make your way to the front doors, you can smile, you can wave at everyone that you see, but please, no physical contact, no hugs, handshakes, fist bumps of any kind. And while we're excited to see you all here, it's also important that we ask, if you're experiencing any cold or flu symptoms such as cough, fever, sore throat, stuffy or runny nose, shortness of breath, headache, or muscle aches, do not attend any CHBC gatherings for at least 10 days since those symptoms first began. The same is true if you've been in contact with anyone who has tested positive for COVID-19 or traveled outside of Canada within the last 14 days. Protect others by choosing to watch the worship service online for the next couple weeks, please. And finally, we ask you to weigh the risks that accompany your medical history and your age demographic, especially if you have immunosuppression or any chronic or recent acute health conditions. I'll now pass things on to Joyelle.
Hi everyone. As you move from the parking lot into the church building, you'll notice we'll have the doors wide open and it'll be easy for you to come in without touching any handles. Once inside, a staff member will greet you and encourage you to sanitize your hands before proceeding. We'll also have some disposable masks available if you would like one, or you could bring one from home. We're not saying masks are mandatory. It's up to you. We just ask that you respect whatever decision people around you make. Now, due to social distancing, we can't hug and shake hands or fist bump, but we can smile and greet each other, so that part is great. We're going to be keeping the church service to under an hour, as we've been encouraged to decrease risk by minimizing the amount of time that we're all together in an enclosed building. The upside of that is it makes it easier not to have to go to the washroom while you're here. But if you do have to go, our main floor bathrooms are going to be open to you. We just ask that you wash well afterwards. The rest of the building will remain closed, and we won't have any nursery, children's ministries, coffee, or bulletins at this time. If you choose to bring your children to the worship service with you, we just ask that they remain with you while at church. They can't run around like they're used to, and they need to be told and encouraged to respect people's social distance and personal space. So as you move from the foyer into the sanctuary, someone will greet you there and show you to the seats that have been reserved for you. And for more on that, we'll turn you over to Todd, and I can't wait to see you guys soon.
Hi everyone, welcome to our sanctuary. As you'll see, we have the room set up so that we can maintain social distancing. So when you get here, we'll invite you on in. You can make your way to your reserved seat that will be designated for you, and you can enjoy worshiping with us. And though the worship service is going to start at 7:30, that's what we're aiming for, we're going to ask that you would arrive 10 minutes early so that we can go over any relevant information, and then we can pray together and begin our service. Let's just go through a few questions that you may have. What about singing? At this point, what we're saying is no singing unless you're wearing masks. The reason for that is that we've learned that singing is actually worse than coughing in terms of projecting germs. It travels even farther than our social distancing requirements. So that means that you're actually better off in a room full of 50 people coughing than you are in a room full of 50 people singing. Why aren't we offering multiple services? I think mainly because of the thorough cleaning that would be required in between those services and the time required to prepare the building for the next group of people. That would mean longer hours for our volunteers, many of whom have already been leaned on heavily through this period of isolation. How are we going to determine who attends? Well, I'm going to be organizing that, so you can email me or call me if you'd like to attend. And we're going to schedule a month in advance, so you can let me know which of those Sundays you are thinking about and how many people are in your group, and I'll fit you in. Though it should be noted that our priority will be given to those who haven't had an opportunity to attend yet. And though it goes without saying, we want to be good neighbors to our immediate community and make sure that they see us following the guidelines that are set up for everyone. And once you leave, you can be sure that the church will be cleaned thoroughly so that it's as safe as possible for the following week. All right, I'll now throw it back to Curtis to wrap up the video.
Thanks again for watching this, everyone. Thanks, too, for helping us get the word out. I can't wait to see you all pouring through these doors soon enough. And though the picture painted in this video isn't ideal, we recognize that. It is necessary for this season. But please do know that we continue to receive updates from health authorities, provincial leaders, even our own conference. And as we get that info, we'll be reassessing and reevaluating and continuing to adapt in the weeks and months ahead. But until then, we'll keep on praying, we'll keep on trusting, we'll continue to offer ourselves as living sacrifices to God, holy and pleasing. Apostle Paul said that's our truest act of worship. Also want to encourage you to keep loving your neighbors. Take advantage of all the time you have in your community, on your street, to be able to learn your neighbors' names and show them the love of God in action. One final update I'll give you too on behalf of the Board of Directors. You may be wondering what we're doing with our facility, and we've decided just to keep it closed at least through the summer months. Usually July and August are already so quiet anyways. And so we, with the exception of Alcoholics Anonymous, will just keep user groups out. It'll lighten the load on our staff as we're not able to maintain all of the cleaning regulations that would be upon us between each group using the church. And on top of that, we're struggling with the ability to social distance properly based on our group sizes in small rooms that have poor air exchange. So as I said earlier, all of this will continue to be reassessed. And in the meantime, can't wait to have you out Thursday evenings. I look forward to seeing you come through these doors. Todd's info is on the screen. Reach out to him. We'll schedule July into August 1st. So if you want to come to all of them, let him know. If there's one in particular that works for you, reach out and tell him. And we'll just make sure that everyone gets a chance before we have people coming for a second and third time. So God bless you. I thank you again for the time you've taken to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you face to face. Bye.